Yeah, but Trafalgar Square was mental.
It was really kicked off.
Yeah, but we were kettled for about 10 minutes as well. TSG everywhere, all sorts. Yeah, it was crazy. By the way, are you coming on Saturday to the Last Vibes?
I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday.
Should be good. Yeah.
Do you reckon many will?
Apparently 400,000 might turn up. Yeah. It's going to be very much similar to the TR protests as well. Yeah, which should be quite good. Yeah, I'm going to go.
Are they marching in Russell Square?
Yes, yeah, so that's
Zelensky was visiting them at the time.
Really? Yeah.
We were just walking down Whitehall and there was a huge cavalcade. Wow. And then someone said it was Zelensky.
Yeah.
There was a lot of security.
Yeah. I was on the phone with James from Speaker School earlier.
Oh, really? James Brown?
You know the one who has his wedding flag on his phone?
Oh, that James.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not coming in.
Sadly not. That'd be funny if he was. It would kick off if he came. There's always trouble where he is. Yeah, honestly. But this one should be quite good as well. Apparently, US bases have been bombed, apparently, recently. Yeah, online, I just saw. It's crazy. I think by Iran in Qatar as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Qatar.
I bet the Qataris are there.
Yeah. TSG here as well.
Yeah.
TSG. Would love to see the boys and girls at the TSG.
There was a lot of them around Trafalgar.
Yeah. Trafalgar was the best, I'd say, today. This might be good, you never know. Who knows? Could kick off?
It's a sunny...
Yeah. You think you might kick off? Could, potentially.
Depends if they're numbers.
Yeah. I mean, if they glue themselves to the pavement.
Because it was supposed to be starting at 6 and it's already 6:38. So
6:38 already. Oh, wow. Yeah. Saturday should be really, really good though, apparently. Yeah. There's bound to be like... Yeah, love it. I'll enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. Started already. Yeah, just a second ago. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to take a wander down the road.
Fair enough. I'll catch you in a bit. See ya. Cheers. We're currently broadcasting live and direct outside the US Embassy in central London. This is a Palestine and Iran protest. Welcome onto the stream. My name is Louis Errington. I'm an independent journalist. I cover a broad variety of protests and events across London, so be sure to subscribe. Also hit the bell notification button so you do stay notified when I go live or upload a new video. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy today's live broadcast.
Working. Oh yeah, we're on. Evening, everyone. We're gonna start in a couple of minutes. If our speakers could make their way to the stage area. Anyone got a pair of secateurs there? We could just do a bit of gardening. If you want to make your way into the middle here in front of the stage, that would be good. No, it's fine. We'll come over here. Just doing a bit of gardening. Have we got one of those ties? We could get one of those ties that pull everything together.
The former CIA director has been
Okay. Okay, we're going to make a start now. If people want to come forward, can you make sure we didn't just leave a path at the back there for people to make their way home from work or up to Vauxhall Tube Station via that walkway. Thank you all very much for coming out tonight at very short notice for this protest that's been called by Stop the War Coalition and the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. My name's Alex Kenny. I'm the chair of Stop the War, and I'll be emceeing the rally tonight. We're going to be here for about an hour. We've got some really good speakers for you to talk about the very scary situation we are now in. I think everybody will know why you're here, but the world, it seems to me, over the weekend has become a much scarier place than it was before we went into that demonstration on Saturday. For 20 months, we've been campaigning and marching against the genocide in Gaza, a genocide that has been armed and enabled by our government and the US government. But we, over that time, Stop the War and others with our partners in the coalition, the Palestine Coalition, have been warning. And we've had the slogan, no wider war in the Middle East. We've been warning against an escalation into a regional conflict. And it feels very much now that those words that we warned, what we warned about, is becoming a reality. We've seen Israel launching bombs into Iran and Iran launching missiles back. And then at the weekend, despite saying there was going to be a 2-week pause, Donald Trump launched an attack on Iran's nuclear facilities, or so he says. And we've seen today some retaliations by Iran. So our warnings about the genocide in Gaza escalating into a wider war in the Middle East are becoming a reality. And that's something we need to voice our strong opposition to and make sure we're campaigning on that. Not losing sight of what's happening in Gaza, but making sure people understand the links between what has been happening in Gaza and what is now happening on a wider basis. We called this demonstration at short notice today, and we thought it was right to protest outside the US Embassy. I want to tell you that this is the closest the police would let us to the US Embassy. We thought we'd be able to protest as we have done before. We've protested in front of the US Embassy. This is the back of the US Embassy behind us. And I think this is the first time that we have been denied the possibility to be present in front of the US Embassy. And I think that is something that is disgraceful, and I think it's something we should be concerned about. Because as our country underwrites a wider war in the Middle East, I think we're going to see further repression from the state and from the government on those of us who want to march against war and for peace. So this is an important first demonstration on that issue, and there'll be more. There are other demonstrations happening in other parts of the country today and during this week, and we will be organising more demonstrations on that. So we've got some speakers, and we'll do a bit of chanting as well as we get going. But I want to introduce you and ask you to give a warm welcome to our first speaker, who's Mariam Eslamadous, who's the General Secretary of the TSSA, the Transport and Salaried Staff Association. Please welcome Mariam.
You realise I'm working?
Thank you so much. Hello everyone.
Working.
Goodbye. Thank you for being here.
You realise I'm working?
Goodbye. The General
Go and work
Secretary of the
somewhere else. You're not
Transport
working.
You realise I'm
Salaries
working?
Association.
Get out.
But today I'm not speaking in that
realise I'm
capacity.
working?
I'm speaking as a British Iranian
Sorry?
woman.
I don't get paid by any government.
As
Stop
a
making
daughter,
noise.
my father is in Tehran and he is in danger.
Excuse me.
The last time we spoke, you told me the roads out of the city were gridlocked. Millions were trying to flee. Petrol was hard to get, and ordinarily you can bathe in petrol in Iran. People were trapped, unsure where safety could be found. Fear is everywhere.
What's your problem with
Yesterday, the
journalists?
United States
You have a phobia of
bombed
journalists?
Iranian nuclear
It seems like you have a phobia of
and
journalists and
Israeli
people who are part of the
missiles
press.
We're not interested in speaking to you. You are a Zionist.
I'm neutral.
They're
I'm
blowing
neutral.
up cars.
Yeah,
Okay, you're not on the
Daylight,
Palestinian side. You're not
striking
welcome.
homes and
I'm not on any
neighborhoods.
side. I'm
Banks are
impartial.
being
I'm neutral.
hacked. Families are sheltering
neutral.
under siege, and now with
You're not welcome
nuclear
here.
sites
You realise I'm
here,
neutral.
The risk of
You realise I'm
radioactive
neutral.
We're not interested
I'm
in
neutral.
real.
You realise I'm neutral. You realise I'm
Illness and environmental disaster. This is not about security. This is a strategy to
guys don't want
collapse
you
a
here.
nation.
The best thing is for you to
It's
leave.
infrastructure.
How come?
It's economy.
Look.
It's morale.
I'm pressed,
And
right?
this
I've been
Sorry?
places
isn't the
where
first time
I could die.
Iranian lives
If they
have
don't
been
want you here,
treated
don't
as
come.
Which places do you go to?
Yeah, I've
In
been
the
to war zones.
1980s,
Don't worry.
You've been to war zones?
Western powers
Yeah.
So
armed Saddam
there's no
Hussein
need for you to be
with
here if they
chemical
don't want you here.
weapons, which are used against
yeah.
Iran.
Look, it's for your own good, my
That
friend.
history
There's
is
no point.
repeating itself,
Yeah.
just with different missiles.
At this point, you're just
We've
causing
seen
aggro.
the script
Sorry?
before.
At this point, it's just
Iraq,
aggro, yeah?
Libya,
I'm not causing anything. They're
Syria,
causing something to me though.
Iceland,
They're saying that they don't-
We don't want you here, so please leave.
Why don't you want me
and
here?
too often
Because you're a
the media
Zionist
plays
and you
along.
use your content to dox people, you harass people, and you
First of
should
all,
get
I haven't doxed anyone.
Yes, you have.
No, nobody. I doxed nobody. Oh, I got a...
Bro, listen, at this point,
Yeah. How come? It's not professional of the steward to do this. Do you have a phobia of journalists? Are you anti-journalism?
You too, you're almost allowed to do it.
Are you against journalists? Are you against journalists?
Show us your press badge.
Are you against journalists?
Show us your badge. Show us your badge.
Are you against journalists?
Your press. Show us your badge.
Are you against journalists?
Nuclear arms. Iran remains a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty.
So is this a treatment of journalists at Palestinian protests? Is this a treatment of journalists?
A state that has never signed the NPT.
Sorry, but is this a
allows
treatment
no
of journalists
inspections
to Palestinian
and yet faces
protesters?
No consequences.
Is this how you treat all journalists?
What I've seen from Iranians, but
So you
both
harass
inside
journalists?
and outside the country
no, they don't, because
is
I'm one.
remarkable
Sorry?
result.
I'm a journalist.
Yeah, but they're harassing me though, for some
There are
reason.
deep debates
For no reason.
You work for?
around one truth.
I'm impartial.
Foreign laws
Good, thank you. How are you?
the other
You okay? Sorry?
So I ask you,
Yeah, it's a press card. Yeah, no, they're harassing me for no reason. Yeah, and they harass me for no reason.
It's not harassment. Officer, it's not harassment. I am a journalist, right?
We both are.
So the issue here is that in the event that we cover, if you're not welcome or they're not sure about you, you just leave. And I've spoken to the gentleman, I said, look, right, we're not sure who you work for.
I'm independent.
Prefer you not to be here because I had some doubts about his intentions. And I just said to him, look, you're not going to get nothing out of it. The best thing is you leave. And everybody's happy. Right? That's what I said to you, and I think that's what you should do, common sense thing.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mariam, and please send our best wishes if you got in contact with people in Iran yourself. Please send our best wishes to them. So important, as Mariam said, that we reach back into the not too
I can
distant
step back
history and
there.
remember the
I'll step
lessons of
back.
Iraq and make sure press
Definitely.
our MPs to remember
Definitely.
the
Yeah,
lessons of
thank
Iraq.
you.
Everything
Yeah,
we
I'll probably
said
step
then
around there if
proved
that's
to be
okay.
true. And there were people
Yeah,
attacking
independent,
us,
yeah,
people
freelance.
saying that we were stooges,
Yeah.
stooges for Saddam Hussein, but we were the people who were right. We were right on Libya, and we were right
yeah,
on
sure.
Syria, and we will be right
Thank you.
about this issue in Iran, because the danger
Cheers, mate.
is that these issues spiral out of
Thank you.
control.
Cheers.
That's why we've got to
Thank you.
stop it in its tracks. So let's do a quick chant, and then we'll have our next speaker. Stop bombing Gaza, hands off Iran. Stop bombing Gaza,
Okay, thank you.
hands off Iran. Stop bombing Gaza, hands off Iran.
You can't be on the pavement here, sir.
I can't be on the pavement. Okay. Should I go to the other side then? Yeah.
To prevent like any calls, you're going to ask me to leave out of a breach of the peace, okay?
Okay, that's
So
fine.
if you can leave
I'll leave.
and
Yeah.
not cause any trouble, it makes
Okay.
our life easier, makes our life easier.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much. I'll leave. Thank you. Cheers.
Please welcome John Rees.
Okay, so basically it started with the protesters. They came up to me and they didn't want me to be there. And then the police came up to me afterwards and the police directed me to leave the protest for my safety and for their safety. So I have to leave. Apologies about the inconvenience. I can't stream today's protest. But yeah, I was directed to leave by the TSG, and also the protesters didn't want me to be there for some reason. But the police directed me to leave, so I cooperated with the police as usual. But yeah, they told me to leave, so I'm leaving the protest now at the moment. Apologies for the inconvenience, but I'll keep the stream on for my safety and all of that. Thank you, 110 Media. Yeah, I'm not too sure if Section 17 applies or not, so I'll have to check. So yeah, basically what happened was I was at the protest and the protesters came up to me and then they started being annoying to me and being quite rude to me. And I just stood there, they blocked my camera with their placard. And then the police came up to me and said to me that I need to leave. So I do have a press card, I'm a member of the NUJ, and I have still been directed to leave the protest. So I can't basically do my job and work and cover the protest, which I find is a bit ridiculous. So apologies for the inconvenience that you can't see the stream or you can't see the protest, but yeah, I was directed by the police to leave by the TSG to leave the area, to leave the protest in fact, because the protesters, they didn't want me to be there, they blocked my camera, they were rude to me, and they directed me to leave. So we're just walking near Vauxhall at the moment, but I'll keep the live stream on for my safety until we get to the train station. Thank you for the £10 donation, Lisa. So if you guys are curious, we're currently on the bridge. I'll just zoom in on the protest quickly. So the protest is over there in the distance. I'll just zoom in so I can show you guys where they kicked me out of. Yeah, so that's the protest over there. Just need to charge the phone, bear with.
Freddie Mercury was like.
Roy? Hello? Roy? Yeah, good, thanks. Can I meet you at Pimlico Station? Hello? Yeah. Okay. Are you close to Pimlico when you arrive? What's the station before that you can get off at? Oval. Okay. Basically the police directed me to leave for my safety and for their safety as well. Yeah, at the protest. Yeah, it's that bad. And the protesters didn't want me there, and they wanted me to leave for my safety and for their safety. I know. So I recommend don't go to the protest. Otherwise the same will happen to you, mate. Yeah. I'm heading to Pimlico train station.
Was there not a couple again earlier?
Yeah, well. Honestly, like the second you go in there, just like at least don't make sure anything bad happens to you. Yeah. Okay. Good luck then. Good luck. Keep me updated, okay? See ya. Goodbye. All right. See ya. Bye bye. Okay, so if you guys didn't see, I went to the Palestine protest. I went to the front where they were doing speeches, and then a few Palestine protesters surrounded me. They put their placard in front of my camera. They were rude to me and all of that. And then they directed me to the police, and then the police told me to leave the protest. The outrageous thing is I'm also working. I have an NUJ press card, so that as well, they told me to leave regardless, because the Palestinian protesters didn't want me to cover their protest, which I was more than happy to do so. But sadly, we have to cut the live broadcast short here. Huge thank you for tuning in, though. Been a pleasure covering today, and also the Trafalgar Square protest. We'll be broadcasting live and direct from Russell Square this Saturday at 12 p.m. noon. So be sure to tune into that live broadcast when you get a chance. Thank you for tuning in, and see you all on the next live broadcast. We'll be live and direct on Saturday covering the Football Lads Against Grooming Gangs protest. So be sure to tune into that. Thank you for tuning into this one. See you all on Saturday's live stream.